No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and I'm in here today with some of my favorite dudes in the rap game, Onyx, in the fucking building.
Word out, word out.
When I think about you guys, I can't help but think about the fact that I first heard you, I think I might have been 8 or 9 years old, and my homie in school played it for me on a boombox. And even at that time, not knowing much about rap, I knew that this was some aggressive ass shit, some intimidating shit. I was very much shocked, taken aback.
What was the song you heard though?
It was definitely just the Back the Fuck Up album in general. So that was one of the pivotal moments of me really, you know, I think that there's a thing that happens with any music where there's a moment where it feels almost kind of like offensive and like jarring.
Yeah.
And then
that's the way we wanted it to be.
You start to accept it and then you love it. Because I was like that with metal too.
Yeah.
The first metal bands I heard, I was just like, oh no, what the fuck is, and then I started to appreciate it.
You know, Onyx, you know, we came in the game with Jam Master Jay. You know what I'm saying, from Run DMC. So it's like, when we met him, that's what he instilled in us, because he came from that Run DMC world, Def Jam, you know what I'm saying, that Rick Rubin style, you know, like he came from all of that. So that's what we just, you know what I'm saying, we just took it to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like, when you think about that, was there ever a moment where Jam Master Jay was a little worried about the extent to which your content was so aggressive, and because it was like nothing that hip hop had ever seen before?
More. He said more aggressive. Give me more of that.
Yeah. Was that the overall tone with everybody? You didn't run into too many people who thought that you guys were like a little bit too
we was running
loose?
those people over.
Nah, because it was like, we came in the game for the love of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And the energy was contagious. Like when people in New York stopped us to say what's up, it was genuinely like, yo, I love you niggas.
And they would turn up because they felt that they had to approach us on that level.
So, you know, Jay was like, when the game was like changing, when we came in the game, he's like, yo, I want y'all to be the bad boys of hip hop. Y'all rolling with Def Jam. We got y'all full back. We got the bag behind y'all. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? We was in Def Jam with our feet on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, Public Enemy running through, shout to Flavor Flav and all them. That's the first person we met. That's the first person we met at Def Jam, Flavor Flav. But we was in the building, you know what I'm saying? We took the building over.
Right.
We had everybody rocking with us, you know what I'm saying?
So ahead of your time too, because when you think about hip hop now, there's like so much of an emphasis put on all these people doing really aggressive vocals and trying to be very much in your face and aggressive.
Animated.
And you guys were on it in the early 90s.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a progression of 90s hip hop. It was, you know, you had groups like Cypress Hills, you know what I'm saying, Naughty by Nature, Daz Effects, Laws of the Underground, you know, so MOP, like we was coming from that. Everybody kind of wanted to kind of get their voice out, and it had to be like loud. You know what I mean? Your point had to be loud. At like 93, you had to be loud. Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying, came right after us, so.
Was there any conversation going on from the critics and stuff who acted like maybe your stuff was not quite hip hop because it was so aggressive? Was there any sort of like blowback or reaction?
They rolled over our tapes with a fucking steamroller one time.
Who did?
Dolores Tucker.
You guys were part of that?
Yeah.
Did you actually go at her?
Shout out to Dolores Tucker.
Nah, we ain't going at her.
Yeah.
I found out about her from that Pac skit.
We enjoyed the press.
Do you remember that Pac skit where he was, I forget exactly what he said about her, but he was saying some wild ass shit.
It was in a movie, actually. It was a scene in the movie, and I was like, yeah, you know, we was definitely part of that whole thing. But back to your question, our music was street. Throw Your Guns that was the first album.
Anthem.
There was, you know what I'm saying, even though we did the slam, and then we did the slam remix with Biohazard,
right?
And it had that rockers feel. It was street. We was coming from Southside Queens, Rockaway Boulevard. That's what it was.
NYC,
it
Brooklyn.
was nothing but that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the sound, Shy Skills, the producer,
rest in peace,
to Shy. Him and Jay, they just came with this. We all came with this vibe, the back the fuck up vibe, and that was just the whole vibe for the whole album. Like letting the industry know, yo, we coming through. We got Def Jam with us. Everybody got to back the fuck up.
How much did you guys know about Biohazard and about sort of the overall world of like rock music and hardcore and punk and that kind of shit? Like, was that something that was sort of new to you once you got into the music game and you started to realize that your content was sort of similar? Or was it something where the music industry sort of introduced y'all?
Well, we were influenced by rock as well as, you know, hip-hop streets, you know. But me personally, I didn't know anything about Biohazard until I was introduced to them. You know what I mean? And they would fucking just as crazy and psycho and hard as us.
Right.
We didn't want to do that record.
Right.
Really?
Nah,
Because we didn't want to fucking sell out. We wanted to keep it gangster and gully.
We had the slam shit was popping at radio. The slam was popping at radio on MTV.
It was platinum already.
It was like MTV's like go-to video for the kids, you know what I'm saying? And Leo Cohen, he was the president of Def Jam at the time. He was like, yo, man, I want you to do this slam remix with these guys from Brooklyn, and I'm gonna show you who the, he was like bigging these dudes up, like these dudes was the shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So we did our research. There was no YouTube at the time. You couldn't like you couldn't do that. There was no internet at the time. You just had to take his word for it.
You went down the street and bought a CD or something?
Nah, we just met him in the studio.
Oh, okay.
So we went to the studio. They was in the studio. An hour, we rolled a CeeLo with them. They know how to roll. They just breaking him.
Because those dudes are good dudes for a bunch of rap dudes to meet for their first like metal type dudes, because those dudes are like straight up dudes.
Yeah,
I'm saying dudes too much.
There
but-
was no, yo, all right, so send these guys your tape. They're going to send the vocals back. It wasn't like that back then.
Nah, it was live
It
and
was
in
like,
color.
yo, meet these dudes in the studio. We probably was in Chung King or one of these studios with them. They came with their entourage and their crew. We came with our crew. And we just did it, you know what I'm saying? We had a good time, and it came out a rock record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
In a different way than like Aerosmith and Run DMC. That was a different type of rock rap record.
Yeah. This was, you know, slam was
And
for the streets.
We even took it a step further and did the Judgment Night soundtrack with them.
Oh wow.
You
So
know,
you guys
the
did
lead
multiple.
title track for it.
Oh wow.
But you know what? I like the Judgment Night track better than the Slam
And the
remix.
video.
Just because the drums on the Slam remix was a live drummer. It was a live drummer, and that's cool. But nothing hits harder than the hip hop drums.
Right.
And Judgment Night, Shot Skills did the drums.
Right, opposed to...
This is some technical shit. Shot Skills did the drums, and they just played the bass and the guitar on top of it and screamed on top of it with us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's just, you know, I
Collaboration.
think Judgment Night was the record that was hip hop and rock, the hottest hip hop rock record ever.
Right. When you hear rappers perform live with live bands, like, are you into that, or is that in some way take away from it in the way that you see it?
I'm cool with that. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
it.
I'm cool. It's cool.
It depends
But
on
I
the
would-
song, the record, and the group.
Yeah.
I would rather have a DJ with the drummer playing on top. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's always kind of that question, like, is people try to make hip hop to be more like real music by sticking a guitarist and a bassist and a drummer. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like, nah, like hip hop is real music, even if it's just this track that this DJ is playing, right?
Right, that's what it started from. Just the basic shit. You know what I'm saying? Turntable and some igga like that.
Some igga.
Did you guys ever put much thought into like how you were dressing or marketing yourselves? Because that's another thing I remember as a young kid was just being terrified because the imagery was just so strong. Everybody has shaved heads, everybody's wearing all black, and everybody got these crazy ass boots on. It was
Boots,
just
fatigues,
as
camouflage.
As a 9-year-old, I was like, holy shit! I'd never been so
Hard
sure
denim.
that some
Yo,
rappers
you
were
wanna
gonna
hear
beat
some
my
funny
ass.
shit
Yeah.
though? Yo, we used to watch the tapes like Throw Your Guns. First time we watched it at Def Jam. This is a true story. The first time we watched the Throw Your Guns video shot by Diane Martell. So we're all in the office, and there's this little girl in there. I think she was one of the executives' niece or something. When his verse came on, she started crying and ran out the office. We was like, yeah, oh shit. It was crazy.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, if you play an R-rated movie in front of a little kid, they're probably gonna scream and freak out. That's
When
why
he
we
came
don't.
on-
That's why we don't let kids watch R-rated movies.
But
And that's
she
why
didn't run
little
out
kids
to
shouldn't
eat
listen to
you.
Onyx.
Well, used to. That's fucked up. I'm giving kids nightmares.
Yo, word. So yeah, you know, that's what we wanted to shock
Big
people.
up Diane Martell.
And be, it had to be in your face hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And rolling with Jam Master Jay like he was the captain of the ship. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. We was just some young kids from. Yo, imagine being a kid from Queens, and you meet Jam Master Jay from Run DMC, and he takes you under his wing, and you rolling with Run DMC and Run. It's like a dream come true. It's like
From high school to the
it's
stage.
unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever he said was the way to go, we was listening. There was no you know, it was a creative process, but he was the orchestra. He was the orchestrator.
To what extent were you guys like hard-headed young kids who were not really trying to hear what anybody was telling you versus realizing the importance of this person that is taking you under their wing and just being like, all right, if you say it's hard, then we're doing it?
Well,
We was realizing. But the second album, we, stepped out on a limb ourselves and wanted to do a lot of production and our own thinking and da-da-da-da-da. Like, he wasn't as absorbed in that album as he was in the first album.
I mean,
You know what I
shit,
mean?
if you only gonna be objective to somebody that's not fucking what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Parents, whoever.
Somebody that don't see eye to eye.
If your parents don't see your vision, then that makes you not fuck with them, and then that makes you go do your own thing. That happened to me. You know what I'm saying? My pops was like, hip hop, what? Go to school, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, this is what I want to do. So that put me in the streets at an early age. You know what I'm saying? 17, by my, doing my own 1-2. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Growing up in South Jamaica, Queens, through the whole crack era and all this shit, just surviving and finding my way. And hip hop led me to, the crew.
So talking about those early days though, just growing up in South Jamaica and you guys are just rapping, but like how do you actually get to the point where people are paying attention to you, to which you're even in a situation where you can have those label meetings and really get out there?
I came from, we all came from Brooklyn, then we moved to Queens. When I moved to Queens at the age of 13, 14, 15, I started going to a park called Baisley Park.
Baisley Park.
Now, Baisley Park, they would have park jams. You know what I'm saying? And it would be like big money basketball games, you know what I'm saying, going on in the daytime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Real, Supreme Team and all these dudes out there. Heard it was like $50,000 a game and all this type of shit. I'm just a little kid, 15.
But were you hearing about that shit? So you knew that?
I was in the park.
Yeah.
I walked from my crib, 135th to Baisley Park in a hot summertime. Every fucking weekend to go to the park to rap. You know what I'm saying? I was the little kid in the park. You know what I'm saying? The fly little nigga.
Rhyming
but I was getting
with Rakim and everybody.
They was letting me under the ropes though. Me and my man P.I., you know what I'm saying? Coach Cheeks from the Lost Boys.
This thing was a barber in the hood, top barber, so he was like famous in the hood.
So by the time I was going back to the park, they'd be like, yo, you gonna rhyme today, shorty?
Right.
When I was coming through like the little superstar already, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cool
My man
Fredro.
Rico and all of them, my man Mighty Bone and them dancing and all that, doing all that, and I'm doing the 1-2 with
Spank
the
G.
mic. So Spank G, Dada Rock, Grandmaster Vic. I came up through that. So that's how I got my name in Southside, through rhyming like that. You know what I'm saying?
So did they kind of take you under their wing early on? They really saw your talent, or what was the vibe like with people in the neighborhood and shit?
They didn't take me under my wing. I was
him.
I was the new shit coming up.
Right.
They were still doing the the Curtis Blow type shit. I was coming with the whole new
Country
swang,
style.
which, you know what I'm saying, the whole different shit. We was coming with the young shit. Me, P.I., Coach Cheeks, we was the young gunners coming up. You know what I'm saying?
So when you think about that impression that y'all made on the sort of older generation, does that set you up to understand how hip hop proceeds for like every generation since then? Because you're constantly seeing it where something new and shocking and crazy comes out, and the existing hip hop world doesn't necessarily know what to do with it right away.
Well,
I disagree. I think everybody knows what to do with it. I think it's,
Nowadays, let's monetize this shit.
right.
I mean, they were monetizing it back then. It was different technology available, though. So different types of monetization.
Right.
You talking blend tapes and shit, and pause tapes, and wax, and fucking block parties. Now it's a different type of technology available. Now it's flash drives and fucking streaming and what have you.
But does that feel like it's not as real, that there's less to go through? In reality, is like you as like a 10-year-old rap protege, is like nowadays you would have probably been signed and they would have already been figuring out how to form you, get you some
You
face
can't say that
tattoos.
because there's a lot of people out there that's not signed.
That's true.
Right.
Currently.
Right.
So it's the same. I don't see any fucking difference except for the mode of transportation. It's still the same destinations and start-off points.
Right.
Shit.
But at the same time, nowadays, it's like, if you were a 10-year-old who had some kind of rap talent, then you would probably be making your own songs, making your own videos, putting it out, and then they're going to get millions of views on their own. And then the label, realistically, the label's going to be in there by like 10, 20,000 views trying to talk
every
to you.
situation is different. Sometimes it's who you know what I'm saying? You might have somebody in a high place that just put you on somehow, you know what I'm saying? But the hustle is, you have to have the hustle, and you have to have the star quality. But I just want to say this.
And it's about longevity as well.
Right.
It's not about your fucking 5 minutes of fame for 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Right. Hip hop is a young sport to me. I mean, not saying it's a young sport, but I'm just think when it gets created, the next level of what's gonna happen in the game, it gets created at the age of like, the adolescents are creating the next sound. You know what I'm saying? Like we created the next sound when we was young. He was
I ran away from home at 15.
When he signed this contract at Def Jam,
I signed illegally.
He wasn't even 18 yet.
I was 17.
Nowadays they
It was
sign
illegal. We could have.
They signed the contract illegally,
we
get the
should've-
money,
yo,
and then
what's-
they get
I was
out of
like,
it now,
yo,
right?
What's the limit of stagitation? Shit.
Sagitation.
Sony Records, call me. Columbia. We gotta talk about this shit. Scarred my whole youth.
Word up.
In a weird way, though, like a lot of times the new sound or the new innovations come from the younger generation because they're the ones who aren't concerned about existing
Fashion,
values, right?
music,
Existing
technology, the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Down to the fucking new dance coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's all about dancing.
It's everything.
It's
like,
always been about dancing. You know how to do the WAP?
The WAP. Now you want to show me?
Nah.
I don't think I got the WAP.
Show them how to do the WAP.
Go on YouTube.
That's not how you do the WAP.
You
That's
can just
cool.
Google. now you can just Google the WAP and you can see it like.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, yeah.
It's mad shit.
Nowadays, you could be like a gangster, like a straight gangster rapper, and you still are on TikTok doing dance moves. That's like some new shit.
I didn't do that one yet, but it's coming soon.
But they dance with the gun.
TikTok.
There's a lot of gun dancing that goes on
you could have did
Instagram
that back in the
these days.
days too, man. Nothing has changed. Okay, look, there's a saying, nothing new under the sun.
Right.
That saying exists for a reason. And I don't know if you noticed, but all fucking cliches are true.
Yeah.
Except for one, downhill. Downhill is really easier, not harder. But
You think going
Whatever.
downhill is easier?
what do you think?
Literally, yeah.
Okay, well,
but
there you
like
go.
going downhill in life is
No.
Well, it might be easier. It takes
Hey, well,
less
there you
effort.
Go. Well, there you go. See, that's the only cliche I found to be untrue.
Right. Interesting.
So downhill from here.
Right. Okay, I got you. Okay, but so you guys like come out in the game, and did you feel like when you guys got signed or whatever that your success was ensured? Like, was the music already fire enough that there was just no chance that this wasn't gonna work?
Yeah, we knew it was, the excitement at Def Jam, just excitement.
And the hood stamp.
We was doing like little showcases before that, and it was just excitement. You know what I'm saying? We knew we had something. We was from Queens, right? But we made our way to Manhattan. We was city kids. We was taking the train from Queens to Manhattan.
I used to go to
So
school
we
in the
was
city.
we was in the village. We was on 40 Deuce. We was doing all that early. So we was you got some people that don't even leave the hood. Like we was leaving it. So we was going to
Going to the clubs.
Red Parrot, Mars. We was getting up in these clubs. So we was doing we was at the Latin quarters and all like we was there. Like,
Pull
you
like
know what I'm
this.
saying? We was on 40 Deuce like this, watching karate flicks. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. You know what I'm saying? Watching older motherfuckers sniffing coke and all that next to me. Like I was a little kid, 16, 17, going through this shit, posing with mad money and all that.
Nigga, we was at the club.
This is
when
like hip hop.
KRS-One.
This is hip hop for real right here.
Facts.
This is real. The whole shit. This is not just,
Nigga, we was at the club when KRS-One threw PM Dawn off stage. We lived this shit.
He physically threw him
Nigga,
on
look,
stage.
we hip hop
all of
story.
them. He threw a whole
Hip
crew
hop
off.
story.
And then the DJ put on, the bitch is over. I was
Instantly.
like, yeah.
Why, PM,
That's like I got a line to say, yo, I'm a connoisseur of hip hop. You just connoisseur hip hop.
but I can't remember what was PM Dawn's offense at the time. People just didn't like him because he was on some
think he
weird
said some
pop
shit
shit.
about
They was just corny.
Right.
They said some bullshit, I guess, and that's that. Niggas still saying bullshit.
The bridge is over.
It don't stop. Niggas been saying bullshit.
Big up
Then
Mad
niggas
Lion.
saying bullshit now. Every year it's the same shit.
Right.
Nothing changed.
Right. What's the
Niggas
secret?
still getting beat up.
What's the secret to aging well as a rapper though? Like, is you guys come in the game
Yo,
with such youthful
we
energy?
about to put out
The
this
secret
water. We
is-
about to put out
the
the
secret
fucking
is- there ain't no
the
secret.
fountain of youth water. It's magnetized water. Me and Dro about to put it out. The fountain of youth water, and the secret is in the ingredients.
It's
But
not
listen,
in the
there
Evian?
is
No, not this.
there's no
It's not
guarantee
competition.
where we from.
Right.
You could be fucking here today and going tomorrow,
Mm.
or just whatever.
Right.
So to have longevity is just to fucking have luck, kind of in a way, because you got a
Eat
lot of
healthy,
niggas locked up.
stay fit,
When you're a black man in
die
America,
anyway.
anything can happen any
Facts.
fucking time.
Right.
If you anybody can die anytime, right? So having longevity is surviving, just surviving. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
Then having longevity is something to fight for.
Right.
Like what do you wake up in the morning for? Like
To do
what
this, I
drives
guess,
you?
yeah.
That's
Doing this,
longevity.
right?
So
I mean, for
why'd you wake up
anybody
this
in the
morning
world.
to take a piss?
This is just our profession.
Right.
We just rap and act and do this shit.
But you still feel that strongly about rapping?
I feel strongly about life.
But does it ever get to the point where you're like, I don't know that the rapping part is the part that I care about?
No, I can't because I just came from Russia and there's thousands of kids.
Sold out show.
Everywhere so that keeps.
And the kids are like
Let
16
me tell you
and shit.
something, man. Hip hop, just like music, you could do this forever. This is what we're gonna do forever. Morgan Freeman, how old is Morgan Freeman?
Hey, Morgan Freeman,
Huh?
you think you can't act anymore
You think he's stopping? You think Grandmaster Flash is stopping? You think these niggas is just sitting at home with their legs up, just, living off their 401k?
Hell no, you gotta keep going.
This is what we do forever. We gonna do this shit to the ankles break, nigga.
Right. Do you think it's different with the European
And when the
kids and
ankles
shit?
break, we still gonna do it.
Is it different with the European
Fuck is
kids?
he
Like, that they
talking
just
about?
grow up with a different appreciation for the classics or something?
Same difference.
Really?
What's the difference? They're humans.
Right.
What's the difference?
But do you feel like that they somehow have been like taught to like have more of an appreciation for like the overall?
You can't say that.
Hip-hop
What,
world.
Americans don't have appreciation for hip hop? What are you talking about? It's everywhere. It's the same. It's
Right.
the same. It's the same.
But from my experience,
no
a lot
matter
of these-
how you change the question, it's the same answer.
But a lot of these young kids like really straight up just don't know about anything before like they were born or before they started listening to rap. It's kind of weird when you feel like they just don't go out of their way at all to have an appreciation for the classics, right?
Some people do. Some people appreciate
That
it.
part.
You can't say everybody don't because there's kids at my show 16, 17 because
Right.
when we make albums to this day, and we do got a new album, shout to Cleopatra, you know what I'm saying?
Onyx
Shout
for
to
life.
Snowmads. Snowmads album is when we still
Available
do these
now.
albums and we still do what we do, we still talk to adolescents. We still come at it from a young perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that keeps our audience young. You know what I'm saying? So, you got kids that appreciate real hip hop music. You know what I'm saying?
And the internet makes the world
You got
smaller.
the Griselda niggas coming through.
Hey.
They're closer together.
They rock and shout to Khan when he came through. We got a
Big up
joint with him.
Conway.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we was
Westside,
in,
get
we
it
was
done.
in, me and him was in the studio one-on-one just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. And they pushing the culture forward. So the culture is still alive and breathing. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know where to get it.
But does it get exciting when you see a movement like Griselda coming out where they're really clearly taking a lot of the classic hip hop sounds and really like sort of bringing back that vibe?
I love it. This is the sound, this is the 90s shit. This is what we like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what we
Pick up Eminem for signing them.
That's what we do.
Shady Records.
This is what we love. This is hip hop. You know what I'm
Aftermath,
saying?
Dre.
Straight up. When you listen, even like when I even like produced the joint called Last Days, which was on the second album. When I hear, us as producers, we was all producing that album, you know what I'm saying? In one crib, and we was just listening to old music, old records, going record shopping, spending money on records. We would go shopping, spending $200, $300 on a record. Like we was making beats and going into the whole craft. You know what I'm saying?
SP1200s,
On the second album, we
950
produced the
Akai's.
whole shit. And Last Days came out of that. A couple of other joints off the album, but that was a classic joint. I
And
hear
they played
niggas
that at
still
7
rocking
Mile.
off that beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Shit was an 8 Mile movie and all that, but
Did I say 7 Mile?
this is
Dumb
real
nigga.
hip hop. Even music, learning more about
Big up
music
S-Man.
because we was learning about all types of other musics that we didn't even know about. Old classics, getting old records and shit, just looking at a record for the cover, playing it and being like, yo, this nigga is dope, man. This Lonnie
Fucking
Smith
Green
record is dope.
Tomatoes.
Yo, this motherfucking Miles Davis shit is ill. Yo, this Pharoah Sanders shit is crazy. Yo, you know
Bob
what I'm saying?
James.
Like, we was just like, the knowledge of hip hop was, it taught us more.
Sponging it.
But do you feel like the current generation, maybe something's lost because they don't have that digging in the crates mentality?
Shit, they got YouTube.
Yeah,
They
but,
could just
do
go-
they use it?
They dig it in YouTube.
Did they
instead of
watch
digging in
anything
the
that
crates.
came out before 2015? I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe once in a while.
Somebody's watching it. It depends
Look,
on it
everybody
depends on
need to
what
stop-
perspective you're looking at.
You need to stop bashing the younger generation and let them do what they do. Because, listen, back in the days, it was corny niggas too. And not to say younger generation's corny, some is, some ain't. It's always been like that, and it's always gonna be like that. Good music, bad music, and who gives a fuck about the music sometimes? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Definitely. Are you guys motivated to still like find up and coming talent, sign talent? Have you got burnt doing that before? Is it the kind of thing that you sort of
We ain't
weary
never
about?
got burnt. What you talking about?
I mean, if it happens, yeah, you know, I like to see the young talent. You know, a lot of that stuff I really don't understand. I keep my mind kind of like in the '90s vibe. But yeah,
we keep our ears to the
my younger
streets.
brother, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Bamboo Gutter.
Doing his 1-2. You know what I'm saying? We're like 20 years apart. You know what I'm saying? Basically, so there's a real generation gap. He does the whole trap shit and. That's what he do. That's what he understands. That's what he, you know, he in the hood. He's still in the hood. He's still South Side. You know what I'm saying? So it's real.
For sure.
Yeah.
When you throw on a shirt like that, when you look at that picture, what kind of emotions does that bring up?
This shirt right here.
That's the first Onyx 8x10.
Rest in peace to Big DS.
Yes.
One of the founder members of Onyx. Rest in
Yeah.
peace to Big DS. When I see this shirt right here, represents the first picture that we had to sign. You had to sign back in the picture. You had to sign autographs. This is the first picture right here. This was our promo picture. Sun C.
Look, we even had our own merch back then.
Sun C right here. This is my peoples. Love him to death. You know what I'm saying? He don't rock with us a lot, too much more, but it's always love. This is the original crew. This is the first crew. This is us four. We was the guys. You know what I'm saying? We was the dudes in the studio making it happen. And this full story was, at first, Sticky wasn't in the group, but he was always meant to be in the group. He was my blood cousin.
What stopped it in the beginning?
Huh?
How come he wasn't in the group to start officially?
He lived in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
He lived in Brooklyn. He was coming to Queens to you know, come holler at me and all that. And he muscled his way in the group. You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Literally?
Actually,
You gotta beat anybody up to get in the group?
Listen,
before the group, they already had a 12-inch single out already.
Right.
Before Def Jam.
Right.
On Profile Records. So they was already hustling, doing their thing. You know what I mean?
100%. You know what you just reminded me of is the fact that when I was 9, the fact that y'all had a song called Black Vagina Finder was,
Me and Jack.
I didn't know what the fuck.
You didn't know
to
what a
think.
black vagina finder was?
I just didn't know that there was anybody who considered themselves a vagina finder. And never mind that you were so intent on only black. I'm sure it was not only black vaginas,
I don't
but
even
just
know
in
how
general.
we came up with this crazy shit, but it was crazy, right?
I was like 9 years old, like trying to wrap my head around it. The only lyric that might have disturbed me more was when Eazy-E said, "I may be a woman beater, but I'm not a pussy eater."
Oh shit.
No, but the vagina wasn't black. Jack was black. Just me and Jack. The black vagina finder. But Dick is black. Well, brown.
Right.
And it's
I
from
didn't
the
know
boogie
that.
down.
That's something new to me. I thought it was the black vagina finder. All right.
But at that time, were y'all not interested in non-black women at all, or was it just a song?
Nah, it was just a song.
Okay.
We love all women. My mom's is one.
Yeah,
Right.
what you mean? I swear, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I mean,
Look,
there's some
it was
guys just
some-
don't want any white
it was-
pussy in their life.
I think it
No,
was just.
actually, pussy is pink.
There's plenty of girls out there who don't want any white dick in their life. Trust me.
I mean,
Hey, I don't know about that.
I think it was just the wordplay, man. Just the wordplay. That's all. It wasn't nothing too, you know, no message behind this shit.
Right.
Why? You don't like black pussy?
No, I'm all about it. I've heard great things.
Heard, so you haven't experienced.
No, I've
Well,
been,
there you go. See, the truth comes out.
I can't act like I'm a connoisseur. I dipped and dabbled to
Yeah,
the
you
extent that I
connoisseur.
could. I had a girlfriend for almost 4 years, so it's like, actually, I tell her that all the time. It's kind of racist that you're not black.
What you tell her? Was she had a black pussy?
No, I just tell her like, I feel like you should just give me a pass and let me like go to the strip clubs in Atlanta and shit. You know?
Oh shit. Then
Yeah, because there's only black pussy
She
in
like, you
Atlanta.
might get kidnapped.
Let me rock, baby. I don't know.
Like, I'll be back next week.
Well, you heard the story. Once you go black,
Is that real? Is that your experience with white women?
once you go white, it's always
No,
right.
that you enter a white woman's life and then it's over. Like she's
When
just,
I enter a white woman's life, her credit is fucked up. Okay.
okay.
Shit.
Be real though. Was there a period in your life in which that was true?
What was true?
In which you would meet a woman and then her credit was just toast. You would convince her to be taking out loans and doing whatever. Like, there's a
like
lot of rappers who
50%
rap
of
about
the
this shit
hood.
these days.
Don't have no good credit. Shit.
Nah, I would enter a woman's life and fucking change that shit, make it better. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? Yeah, absolutely.
So our credit gets worse, but our life overall gets better. So it's
you
kind of a
go.
trade off.
He's a guru.
Wow, that's incredible. Y'all are married these days? Or?
Yeah, you play ball? What's up with what's
Yeah, I'm amazing. No,
Really?
no, I'm trash.
Oh, I thought no jumper meant like, you know, don't jump nobody, like a fair one and shit.
No, real talk. We do jump people for sure because we can't fight, and we suck at basketball. So it's kind of it's like a reference to that, you know.
So white men can't jump, is that true?
In this case, yeah. Although
That's
I
why
lost a
it's no
lot
jumper.
of, I lost a lot of weight, so I'm thinking about really trying to like learn to shoot
Big up
better. You know?
Rappaport.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you fuck with Rappaport?
That's my dude.
Yeah.
Why, you don't like him?
No, I do.
That's
No,
the first
good
dude I
guy.
met in L.A.
Really?
Word is born.
That's
First-
a weird way to start your LA experience.
Word. I was like, yo, who is this kid talking all this shit?
What year are we talking?
This is like, I came to LA with Jam Master Jay for the
Oh, okay.
first time. We was in first class. This is my first time in first class. I'm with Jam Master Jay. And it was for an audition for this TV show called B-Boys that was gonna
Right, I remember
happen. And Quincy Jones and Russell Simmons was gonna produce it. And I was dibbling with the movie game. I think I already had books strapped or whatever. Or maybe strap was in a can. I think I just finished
Big
it.
up Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, the Forrest Whitaker joint.
Directorial
On
debut.
HBO. I had did that, me and Stick and all that, you know what I'm saying? Jam Master Jay, we took that whole soundtrack
He did,
over.
yeah.
Strap was our whole movie. But anyway, back to the story. I
Pick
came
up
to LA
Joaquin.
and they had like a basketball thing set up in the back for all, you know, the talent and whatever. So I come through with Jay, chilling, meeting the dudes, and we just, everybody's kind of shooting the ball, playing ball, you know what I'm saying? And Michael Rappaport is just talking mad shit. I'm like, who is this dude? Yo, you know, man, you know, just...
Once you go
But
rap,
he
you
was
never
cool
go
though,
rap.
you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like the first dude I met in LA.
It's kind of crazy because sometimes people question like whether he really has the right to be
93.
talking
This is
about
like
rap.
93.
When you see somebody like him though, like should people be questioning Michael Rappaport's ability to speak on the culture? Because
Nah,
he will
he's for real. He's
he'll
the real
grab
deal.
his phone and straight up talk shit about the new hot rapper.
Nah,
He
the
don't
real
give a
deal.
fuck.
See, you know what it is, man? Like even what you were saying, like with the white girls and all that. When you was born in a certain, I think like in the 80s. I think the hip hop culture
I don't think he
came
was
in
born in
already.
the 80s.
Like when I
He
came
older
in,
than
it was Michael Jackson and Prince. There was no hip hop. Like I saw hip hop being manifested. I saw it being born. So by 10 years after me, the kids already growing up in hip hop. It's already created.
Pick up Cool Herc.
So whether you're white, black, it's in your homes. You know what I'm saying? MTV is playing this shit. You're getting it. You're getting access. You know, white fathers is like, what the fuck is this? My daughter wants to, you know, play hip hop music, and the white kids is, you know, dressing like the
Pants sagging.
You know what I'm saying?
Calling
It's
each other
seeping
nigga.
into the fucking
What up, my
suburbs,
nigga?
and it's unstoppable.
Right. Yeah, I remember my mom telling me that rap wasn't music. And I really am glad just to know that my kid will get a nice hip hop education from day one. Like, we're going to be
Right.
playing the
Right.
And I hate the censored version on Spotify right now, but I'm going to definitely be fucking with the censored versions once the kid comes out.
Right. They born into this shit now. So, you know.
That's crazy. So, in terms of teaching your offspring about hip hop, though, do you go out of your way? Is it an important
Nah,
thing?
I played in the car,
Okay.
you know.
But you don't try to like embed like the
Nah,
overall...
they actually requested. They'd be like, my little 3-year-old, he'd be like, yo, play that Tribe Called Quest joint.
Really?
Yeah, can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
He like the big, that's his favorite group. He like Tribe Called Quest.
Because I've heard from some fathers that it's weird because like their kids will just straight up like only want to listen to new school rap, and it's really hard for them to coax them back to an older sound.
Yeah, it's crazy. They actually don't like the kind of trap music. They like the old school shit. I mean, I guess because I play it so much.
Yeah.
I got Sirius XM. I keep my shit on LL Cool J shit, Rock the Bells. That's how I rock. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what they get. They get what I give them. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
What I teach them.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on this. Swizz said in an interview recently that Sticky reminds him of 6ix9ine, like that energy when 6ix9ine came out.
Other way around.
Right, 6ix9ine reminded him of you, and I thought that was really interesting because, I mean, I could see it, that like pure
I ain't never
unbridled
snitched
rage.
on nobody.
Oh shit. Damn.
But you know, besides that, before that, the energy. You never had rainbow hair either, huh?
Actually, I had blonde hair before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hot.
I had rainbow here.
You did? Manager's like, interview's over. They're comparing him to 6ix9ine. How you feel about Swizz saying something like that, though? You ever think that?
Sound wise, I you know, before when he was rocking, when the first video, when you got that imagery, you thought it was real. I could see him saying that.
Right. Then it comes out that it's maybe not so earned. They just sort of came to the hood that day. And the funniest thing I heard was that he came with 50 red bandanas.
Yo, this would be a great movie though, right? Like,
Oh,
just,
yeah,
I
they're
mean,
making
like on
movies
some
there.
comedy
believe
shit.
me,
It
they
would have
did.
to be a comedy, though.
Right.
They're like
Shit.
straight comedy.
That's my favorite detail, though, is that he showed up to the block with
Snitch
50,
on everybody,
50
right?
red bandanas. Like, he gave out the red bandanas
That
in the
nigga come in
hood
with
to the
that nigga
Bloods.
come in the courtroom with a list of shit, like a long
So
list.
they didn't have their own bandana
A
already?
scroll.
I mean, like if you go to Brooklyn, like you might see a red bandana here and there. You're not gonna see 50 dudes rocking on the same block.
When's the last time you been to Brooklyn?
A couple months ago.
Starbucks everywhere.
Where you was at? Got there, Barclays?
Starbucks everywhere.
Well, hey,
bro.
it goes down to the Barclays. You know they were shooting people over there too.
Brooklyn ain't the same, man.
It ain't.
I mean, they, you know.
When's the last time you've been out to like Williamsburg and just been? Because like every person who's ever lived in New York, you go to Williamsburg now and you're just like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
I
How
mean-
did this happen?
Yeah, like even Harlem and Southside is still Southside though.
Gentrification.
Yeah, it's gonna be slow.
hood is still the hood.
It's slow because like it's certain like you wonder when Brownsville is gonna become like a real nice place to live.
Well, I'm sure
When
it
they get
is.
some more brown
I'm
stones.
sure it is right now. You know, I think it's as far as like parts of the city, it's just a lot of valuable property out there, man. So they saying that shit and you know, money talk, bullshit walk. So they
100%.
changing the whole hood up. You know what I'm saying? But the culture is still alive in the hood though. You know, kids are still doing what they need to do.
Yeah, sticking
Niggas
niggas
are
up.
still getting shot, stuck up. It's still the same struggle, man.
Because you guys remember New York before like most of the guns were gone, right? It was like a very different
guns are
age.
gone?
I mean, a large percentage allegedly.
I didn't know that.
Really?
I just
I've had a lot of rappers say that to me when I talk about gun crime being way, way down in New York.
Nah, I don't know about all that.
I mean, statistically, gun
Nah.
crime is way down in New York.
You know what? I think that it might be. I think the struggle might be a little less of a struggle now. I think there's more ways to get money now. So I don't think it's like we got to go to the extent where we got to run up on these niggas on the block selling. Ain't nobody selling crack no more on the street. That shit is over.
So that right there, you're gonna have way less
they stream
Exactly.
gun
It ain't,
violence on the
nah, it
streets.
ain't like that. Niggas it's a different hustle now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is doing it a different way. But nah, it's still, you know, it still goes down.
Yeah,
It still goes down and shit. It's crazy, you know.
definitely.
You know, you could be anywhere, it goes down.
When
You could be in Hollywood Hills and it goes down. It goes down.
Hey, were you,
You know what I'm
guys?
saying? It's just crazy,
did you
bro.
guys get familiar with Pop Smoke, who basically
Loved his music.
Right.
Never met him, but you know, my little brother, I was telling you, he put me on his music, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
We went to this little weed party in Manhattan, and the DJ played that shit. He was like, yo, this that Pop Smoke shit I was saying, but I was like, just rolling my weed. I'm like, this shit crazy, like the tone of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Because I was watching the shit on
sad
YouTube,
thing.
and
Rest in
then
peace to the young brother.
over the summer I went to Rolling Loud,
Word.
and it's everywhere. Every fucking car, every bodega, every fucking Uber, you would hear that fucking song bumping.
I keep my ear to
Crazy.
the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? With this hip hop, even though I don't really get with it, you know what I'm saying? I keep my ear to the street because, like I said, my younger brother, he's all about it. You know what I'm saying? So, Bamboo Star, Bamboo Gutter, you know, he that's what he do. So he puts me on everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? My brother Hussein too. We all keep our ear to the streets with this hip hop shit. But I keep my ear to more
streets got
like
the
the
ear to us.
90s shit though. That's what I fucks with because there's a lot of new young 90s shit coming out. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Definitely. So wait, what were you guys listening to in particular? Like new '90s style shit that's been coming out?
I mean, there's a lot of couple of kids. I'm not gonna mention their name
We
because
ain't nobody publicist.
Yeah,
No,
we ain't
no
gonna do
clout,
that, you
no
know what I'm
free
saying?
clout. You got
Nah,
a sign,
nah.
you want the clout.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. But there's a few, you know, kids out there that's keeping the culture rocking right now.
100%. Can we talk about this Kodak?
No.
Oh shit.
We can talk about
I don't
anything.
feel like this has
Ain't no
been
beef.
properly explained.
First of all, there's no beef. The little man is locked up, and
Right.
I send my blessings to him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
A lot of us were shocked that Onyx would have anything to do with Kodak, and then he comes out with this crazy ass story. You want me to read what he said?
I know what he said.
He said, so I grabbed his bag, right? I threw it. Then I went in that bitch. He had a gun in there, dog. When I tried to shoot the blank, his gun was fake. I said, man, what the fuck? So he went running. At the same time, why you running for if you know your gun fake? This N-word an actor, man. What the, like,
And
what
cut.
is this story? I don't understand.
All right, next scene.
So nothing, this is all stuff that has to be kept off the record?
Listen, we're talking. Let's off the record. Listen, I make records, all right? Now
Everything is on the record, no?
Peep game. That's not to disrespect nobody, because I'm an OG in this shit, and I'm here to bring the light. You know what I mean? Because I'm darkness, all right? Boom. Let's think about the person we're talking about. Is this the same person that try to bring mad shit through a Canadian border. The same person that said disrespectful shit about Nipsey Hussle. Like, that's the thing about the character of person we're talking about.
No, he's a
Let's think
character,
about the
yeah.
And we
drugs
just leave it right there.
and all this. Like,
you can just leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
So you never owned a fake
Yo,
gun?
hope the brother get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Continue on what he got to do to provide for his family and keep on moving, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout to the Zoes. You know what I'm saying? I got mad Haitian brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Ça passe.
Yo, word up. So we gonna leave it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gangsta shit.
Shit. All right. Well, one day we'll figure it out, I guess.
OG shit, my nigga.
it's already figured out. The fuck you mean?
It's already
See,
figured out.
but you supposed to ask those questions and
Right.
you will get the right answer. See, and you got it.
No, that's the fun
So
part
that's
about
what
doing
that's
the
when you
interview.
move
Yeah.
to the next situation. You
No,
know
but
what
there's
I'm
been a
saying?
lot of times over the years where you guys have had like very confrontational experiences with media hosts, and it makes for like amazing viral content.
Yeah, it does.
You definitely told Charlamagne to fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Charlamagne, which is cool. We shook after the whole incident.
And big up to the
You know what I'm
Breakfast
saying?
Club.
So, like, people don't know that. Like, after the whole shit went down, we took pictures and we shook. So if we were to shake hands after something that happened, the incident is there. You can see it, you can watch it, you can have fun, ha ha ha. But as real human beings, the shit got settled right there. It would, like, you wouldn't shake nobody's hand, take a picture with them, and still have beef with them, or have a problem. Not even a beef, even I have a touch of a problem with them. You know what I'm saying? But you can have a problem with somebody at that moment, and that's that.
Right.
So, you know, and that's what you supposed to do. I have a podcast now called Rappers and Ballers.
Rappers
so
and Ballers.
we about to pop that shit off, and believe me, what we talking about, you know, a lot of, you know, Rappers and Ballers about, you know, ballers and rappers and just, you know, industry talk, but mostly about sports and music.
But you haven't started yet, or you have?
We just started.
We're about to start. We're gonna holler at you about this.
Oh, let's do it, yeah. But that's the question, though, is like, if you have somebody on your show, if you were interviewing Sticky,
Right.
would you be hitting him with the hardest
you have
question
to.
if it wasn't
You
your
have to.
best friend
you have
or whatever?
To, but you get the answers. And you. But when you try to like do too
Not
much,
accept
that's
the answers that
when
are given to you.
shit gets kind of funky. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
you got to respect somebody's desire to be quiet about things that haven't been 100% made public, you know?
No, because I feel like if there is something that needs to be discussed, it should be two people in a discussion at the same time.
But that's when it gets weird, is when there's sort of like a hanging thread left by somebody, like in this situation, who puts out his version of a story that apparently maybe was a real story, but but the other person in the story doesn't
the
want to
only
come
time
out and say this is exactly what
The only
happened.
time that there's a real story is when somebody is filming it. Then you know what is real. Other than that, nigga could just be saying any fucking thing.
Right.
You understand? Did you get your clickbait right there? There we go. Happy, right? Everybody's fucking happy now.
No, that was good.
All right. There we go.
Okay, so in terms of, I don't even know what to do at that point.
I'm saying, bro, you talking to the guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I've been doing this shit since. I've been doing this shit, man. I still feel blessed to be here to talk to you now. This is an honor
Oh, I
to sit here and still be alive to talk to my nigga, no jumper. This Onyx is in the building, my nigga, and we still rocking. Like, it's still love. We still get the love from what we did 20 years, 30 years ago.
Still doing.
It still makes people blood boil. At the shows, they still slamming, still jumping on stage. Yo, niggas is wilding.
Right. Were the mosh pits a part of the early
This
shows,
nigga's
or
talking about.
did that come around
Absolutely.
over time? Was there like mosh pit in the early days of Onyx? Because nowadays,
It never stopped.
A lot of
It was
people
the
wanna act
first
like that's a
time-
new thing at
Nigga,
rap
it was
shows.
mosh pits in the hood.
Nigga, listen. As far as mosh pit and stage diving and hip hop, we invented that. Facts. Who else?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
We working on a slam documentary, you know what I'm saying, about the slam culture in hip hop.
Slam boys.
All the forefathers of the slam culture in hip hop, because we came with the record called Slam.
Right.
Dub, dub, dub.
So that
Duh.
cements that. That cements that, right?
Right.
Okay.
100%. Is that song? I mean, that song is a huge part of your life. Do you still love performing it, or is it
I love performing it
Is this-
because people love me to perform it.
100%?
This guy's smart.
You just realizing that, or
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling the world.
Nah, I
Some
just
smart
was
guy.
smoking some of that Nick Diaz. He got the pre-rolls.
Nick Diaz weed?
Oh, that shit's crazy.
You smoke it and you just want to beat the shit out of
Just came
someone?
here, yeah. Just,
No, when
I
you
don't
smoke
wanna
that,
beat nobody.
when,
I
when
just
you
wanna-
smoke that
But
Mike
Nick
Tyson
Diaz-
weed, you want to beat the shit out of somebody.
Yo, Mike Tyson got some good weed too, though. Oh,
Really?
We did the podcast. Yo, I left with the gift bag. I ain't even know no weed was in that shit.
Oh, he
I
got
got
the
home. I
good.
like that. I said, yo,
Knockout.
that shit was like weed. That shit was like weed gold.
Really?
It was like gold.
Yeah, all kinds of weird designer waxes and shit like
no,
that.
no,
or-
it was just some good flour. Like
Wow.
Tyson had it. Like, I mean, I don't know what they got now, but it was a good podcast and some good weed.
Damn. You ever think about getting in the weed game these days?
Nah, I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna put out a strand. It's called Onyx. We got that sticky dro.
yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Never get high on your own supply. I smoke too much, nigga.
Yeah, but these days
I
you
don't
get,
smoke enough.
Well, I don't think that logic really applies. If it's a legal business, like
Right.
nobody's gonna tell you like if you own a hamburger shop, don't eat the hamburgers.
Nah,
Tell
I
that
mean,
to the Hamburglar.
we've had meetings. We've talked about it with the weed game. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I think it's kind of like over. I think it's
Saturated.
oversaturated, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the players that came in already are in the game already. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
now
this
you might
water
if
safe
we
and
can
shit?
do
See
something
if
with
it
the
does.
logo, which is the best logo in hip hop, the Onyx logo.
That
if
is
we
a
can,
fire logo,
If we
man.
can license
The
it and do
mad
some other
face.
type of things, then that's cool. But as far as like, you know, growing flowers and doing all that, like I don't know what level of.
Do you have licensing deals for the merchandise? Because is it like there's stores you can go to where they just have the Onyx shit, like they have Metallica shirts
we just
and
did a
shit?
big licensing deal. I can't say nothing because it's
The ink ain't
it's a
dry yet.
non-disclosure agreement. But we do it independently as well. Like I see kids in fucking Bulgaria with a fucking jacket on, like, yo, where you get that? Oh, you went to the website. I'm like, damn, it got there, huh? Okay. The shipment landed. All right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we do merch and all that. Like we always gotta brand ourselves. And like I said, when we came in the game, Jam Master Jay said, y'all gotta have an ill logo.
That's a fact. That's good advice right there.
Y'all gotta have an ill logo. Y'all got, you know, we learned from the best. And it's and that the jewels that he gave us is my family is benefiting from that.
Right.
Still.
100%. What, so is the acting game still a significant part of your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that like a hustle you just pick up at a certain point and then you just know how to keep it going throughout your career? It's like most rappers don't seem like they ever get turned on to that
You
shit, but
hit
the
it right
dudes
on
who
the
do,
nose.
the dudes who do seem like they're able to keep going and
you
doing
know,
acting shit.
like you know, right? That's exactly what it is.
You
We
gotta go
came in the
to
game.
IMDb, baby.
We came in the game, slipped in the game, never went to acting school. And you learn on the set around professional people who teach you how to be professional. Like the first time I did a movie was called Strap, where everybody auditioned for it. But I remember this time when Forrest Whitaker looked in my eyes, and this dude is like, you know, this is Forrest Whitaker. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I did my research and I was like, oh, this shit is real.
Right.
So he was interested in me playing this character in his movie. So he looked at me and said, can I trust you? Are you gonna be serious about this? And I looked at him and said, yes, dead serious. And I came on the set. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Just some kid off the street who had the energy. I had Def Jam behind me. Russell sent me to the audition. So I had that rocket, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, and you keep doing it. He got in the game. Look at him. Blade all types of shit. You know, it's a hustle.
Right.
91
100%.
movies later.
Yeah.
You know? It's a hustle for the actors that's getting Academy Awards. This is what they do. You have to have a passion for it, though. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a
You gotta have
passion
a
for it.
passion for anything that you do long term.
Right. But once you get into the game, is it kind of odd because you come from such more of like a real environment and like a lot of actor people, I don't know, I guess I just assume.
Why would it be odd?
Because I just assume that actors are just coming from a completely different world that they might not necessarily
What world
understand.
are they coming from?
It's the same thing.
Pretending to be other people and not really doing shit.
So what's
Like,
so odd about it?
I'm gonna tell you something.
It's called
It's like
acting.
this.
I mean, actors I feel weird around.
It's like
They don't
this.
smoke enough weed.
Put it like this. You could be a guy with a mansion, rich, do some fucked up shit, and then you gotta go to jail and live in a fucking and you know, you have to adjust, right? Adapt.
Right.
So if you on a set and you never did act, they don't know your back. You adapt
Tell
to
that
the
to Iron
situation.
Man.
You adapt to the situation. There's no. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Robert
Rock
Downey.
out.
100%. You know, I only watched The Wire like last year.
Yeah.
And I was so overjoyed You pop up. I'm just like, oh my, I have to stop. I have to tell my girlfriend, this is why this is important. This is crazy. I forgot that he was on the show. Was that a wild ass experience, like that one in particular, to be a part of? Because that's like 100%. The Wire is as important in like hip hop as any album.
I'm gonna tell you a story about The Wire. All right. So we was filming in Baltimore, and I wasn't part of the initial cast. I was just like a, reoccurring.
It was already huge by the time you got on there.
I was a reoccurring. So by the time I got to the set, everybody I knew was on the set. JD, Hassan Johnson was on the set. So we was all in a hotel. Everybody came to my room, and we was blowing it down.
Wow.
Everybody in my room,
Idris was getting
I
high?
got kicked out. Nah, Idris, he ain't blow down. I ain't gonna front, he ain't blow down. Idris is probably, he had a lot of lines. I was with the niggas who ain't have that many lines.
He'd forget his accent. He'd start talking like a bloke again.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
But anyway, we was rocking, and then I got kicked out the hotel.
Oh, man.
So I think that's probably what my character, they was like, listen, this motherfucker costing us money. That's why Bird only had 2 or 3, episodes on it. But we shot it in Baltimore, and it was good working with, the different people, and it was real, Shot it in Baltimore.
Yeah.
When they threw me on the floor, there was like crack valves. There was crack valves on the floor.
And that wasn't art direction. That wasn't art design either.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real, my dude. Like, because they arrested me in the scene and put me on. I was like, yo, get me the fuck up. This shit is dirty. It's crazy.
Man, that's crazy. Do you worry that your touring business might be jeopardized by the coronavirus?
Yes.
Well, that's why we started drinking Heinekens.
Yes. Motherfuckers got a bag full of Lysol, nigga. Straight up, Lysol, everything.
Because you guys are going all over the world.
I got a
Lysol mask, nigga.
If it was like platinum and shit, this is way bigger than Ebola.
Right. Bud Ice. The Bud Ice virus. We'd all be gone already, man. You ever tried that shit?
No.
So much alcohol in that shit.
Coronavirus. Shout out to
got
Corona Queens.
Shout out
to Corona Queens, too. You know what I'm saying?
Corona.
I know they like, what the fuck?
Word.
The coronavirus.
We gotta move.
Yo, that's gotta be the weirdest place to live right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Or rep. Or like, yo, I rep Corona, word? Alright, son, I be over here, son. I'm repping Corona, nigga. What's good, son?
I had a friend who made a
But
shirt.
blessings to all of the victims that were struck by it.
No, I had a friend who made a shirt that said coronavirus in the Corona font, like right when it came out. That already doesn't seem that funny because so many people died from it, right?
I heard the stock went down. Is this even real
big time,
wood?
yeah. Ain't people.
Nigga fucking around me coughing. You get out of here and shit.
Man, can you imagine when the coronavirus hits the hood?
I don't think it's gonna hit the hood.
I hope not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a force field.
But now they got people getting it who haven't even left the country and shit. For a while, it was like, oh, he went to Italy. He went to Korea.
This shit is crazy. I mean, every year it's this, every 2 years, every year there's something.
Think about it. They got a Chinatown in every city, so.
And they all smell pretty bad, I'm gonna be totally honest.
I
You know,
say that.
we ain't gonna say all that, but they probably travel. What he's saying is they travel. But what I was saying is like, come on, the ratio to hopefully they'll find a cure for this fucking shit, because this shit is gonna jeopardize a lot of money for a lot of people. It already has. You know what I'm saying?
Lives.
Motherfuckers is losing money already. The stock market, this shit is crazy, man. So hopefully it doesn't affect us. But you know, when big things happen,
they can
sometimes it
uninvent
affects us. I was even telling my man, I was like, we used to go to Russia. It used to be crazy in Russia. You know what I'm saying?
If you look on
react to all my Russians, you know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, but if you look on a can of fucking Lysol that's been around for years, on the back of it, it says disinfects for the human coronavirus.
Yeah, we saw that on World Star, right?
And I got one in my fucking bag. Real life, I checked it. It's a fact.
But that's the
On the
first time I saw
Clorox
it,
wipes and on the Lysol
A
shit.
African nigga was like, look at this. I was like,
Just spray that shit inside your drink.
Wait, so they already knew about this fucking virus a long time ago?
yeah.
Welcome to Earth. Where are you from?
You knew about the coronavirus before the last few weeks?
I mean, he got put the Lysol bottles.
I'm not reading the Lysol bottle.
It's been there.
I'm not just reading that shit.
I'm putting you up on game,
Nigga sticky in the store like this.
Before we had iPhones, I'm gonna admit I used to actually like read the ingredients on food while I was eating it because there was nothing else to read.
Right.
Now we got an iPhone. I don't need that.
Nah, but you know, sometimes like I was saying, like when the whole Russia shit
Listen,
with America
everybody
shit
just
fucked
go
up,
vegan.
the ruble drop. Then hopefully this shit don't affect our touring. Hopefully it don't affect the
Fuck
world.
the touring.
Fuck the touring.
Hopefully
the
it
world.
don't kill more people.
Right. Yeah, let's think like that.
100%.
All right.
Would you say you really vegan?
Yeah, aren't you?
Hell no.
What's wrong with you?
That's just
See,
it'll fall
what's wrong
apart.
with the fucking
You still eat
world?
steaks?
Hell yeah.
See,
I don't eat steak.
Killing the planet.
I eat steaks,
It's
chicken,
okay.
bacon,
It's
eggs
okay.
every
It's
morning.
okay.
Go get some wings, man.
You'll be all right.
go
You'll
get
be all right.
fucking.
I
You'll be
lost
okay.
45 pounds, and now everybody's like, "Oh, are you vegan?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm the
said, "Hell no,
opposite.
it's the
I'm eating
drugs."
fucking shitload of the drugs." I wish it was the drugs. That would be fucking a lot faster. No, but I'm eating hella meat. But you know, it is what it is. What do you guys got going on?
See, that's the first symptom right there.
That was the coronavirus from that.
Fuck?
Ironically, I just ate a salad with fucking all vegetables, no protein.
Wow.
Oh, because salad doesn't have protein. Romaine doesn't have protein.
Little tiny
Listen, do you-
fucking minuscule
listen,
bit
brother,
compared to I eat
Cal,
a chicken
listen,
breast.
Listen,
Tell them
listen.
about the
You
gorilla.
got to do your research.
Here we
You got
go.
to do your research, okay?
The
Do your
Gorilla's the
research.
strongest animal in the jungle, and all he eats is.
Somebody
we heard all
give
that
me a
shit.
visual aid of how much kale you would have to eat to equal the amount of protein in a
need
chicken breast.
Chicken, hot sauce, fried chicken.
You guys are killing the planet.
You got to try truff. This hot sauce is
Yeah.
truffles in it.
Word?
Fire.
That might be
Drake
over
it?
my head,
You
man.
can get it at Whole
need-
Foods, man. What kind of hot sauce you use?
I need the hood shit, B. I need like the whatever they got hood.
Go to
Louisiana, what they
Kennedy
got out
Fried.
here, Red Rooster.
You go to Kennedy Fried and just take all the
Nah,
packets.
sometimes I get the Tabasco. You know, I wanna, get bougie with it. You know what I'm saying?
Tabasco's bougie.
Hell yeah. We don't go past Tabasco over here.
But you could go super hot. Could you go on hot ones and eat the hottest one?
I would try.
Okay.
I think I probably could. I don't know. I probably could get kind of,
I can
I'm
see
not
it
scared of
now.
that shit.
Pouring milk on this motherfucker.
I'm not scared of that because I've never seen anybody freak out that bad on a show.
Word. I'm from the hood, so we like it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up shit.
I already know.
Straight up shit.
You done know.
Niggas want hot sauce on potato chips.
We can get you some cauliflower wings to make up for this.
Cauliflower wings.
Is that cool?
Yo, I tried that vegan shit. I was on tour. I was eating a falafel at 2 in the morning. I was like, nah, that's it.
It's over?
I can't do it.
Damn.
It was a wrap.
Did that hurt?
That falafel killed me. I was like, yo.
Does what hurt?
Having your brother turn his back on the
Listen,
vegan cause?
everybody is allowed to live their own life and have their own opinions. Me personally, I don't eat dead, rotten flesh.
Me neither. My shit ain't
My
rotten.
shit ain't that either. My
shit
shit is
fresh.
nice and
Oh, it's
when I
alive.
cook it, it's,
Okay.
yeah. Like my nigga Ghostface say, eating dead birds, son.
Right, but do you smoke vegan weed?
No,
That's a whole thing.
Organic weed.
Organic. It's vegan
My
too,
shit's
though,
organic.
right?
No GMO.
Vegan weed?
Don't make me
Nah,
check your
No
shit.
GMO.
Nah, we
no
smoke.
GMO.
We
got some leather shoes
we
on?
smoking Louis. We doing Louis over here, man.
Technicality. Got him.
Nothing
Nah, I ain't got
but
leather
Louis,
shoes
Louis Skywalker. That's all we fuck with.
These
That's all I fuck with.
And that's ensure the.
OG.
Okay.
That's it. I
I'm
don't
with
fuck
it.
with none of that sativa shit. The shit make a nigga wanna.
Do you have any
Shit make me
pets?
nervous and shit.
Yes.
What?
White cat, 17 years old, from
Are
Brooklyn.
you gonna eat it?
No,
Why not?
that's my friend. That's my boy. He's been with me for years.
And I fucking
Because,
I rest my case, Your Honor.
but like you said, everybody got their own preference, and that's that.
But okay, at
Yo,
the
I
end,
used to be with Don King, with my man Steve Marcano. Shout out to Steve Marcano, whole Impact Network and all that. But Don King used to eat dry aged steaks. Yo, I had one of them shits. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Have you ever had
It's
one?
good.
I
You
don't
love
think
it?
so.
Eat a dry aged steak one day.
I got it.
Try it.
I'll go to Don
It's
King's
different.
house.
It's
Dry-aged
different.
cat.
It's some other shit, bro.
The difference between my cat and like the pig I ate this
You
morning.
gotta kill it and eat it yourself. I
No,
know.
it's just that okay, like killing things is bad, but there's certain people that gotta die. Somebody breaks into your house, you gotta kill them.
And eat them.
Well, I mean,
The fuck?
that's illegal.
Says who?
Not the U.S. government.
All right, we'll go to another country.
Go to Chinatown, motherfucker.
Hey, if we eat a bunch of human
He
bodies,
said that. I didn't say that.
shit's gonna get worse way faster.
Why?
The
You don't think, you
coronavirus
don't think
gonna be really
human is on the
shallow.
fucking menu? It's a delicacy.
In what country?
Probably like
Earth.
Probably like, oh shit. You gotta go black market.
Or white
dark
market.
web?
Or white market if you want white meat.
I'm on the dark web buying human flesh.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure
fuck?
you can get it.
You been on the dark web?
They be like calf muscle.
They say you can get every drug on there.
Calf muscle.
I want a guy who's been doing calf lifts for his entire life just to beef that shit up
That's
so I
what you
can
want
eat
to
it.
eat right there, that calf muscle.
Do you want the muscly one or
Well,
the
it
fat
all
one?
started eating pussy.
I may be a woman beater, but I'm not a pussy eater.
Shout to Easy E, man.
R.I.P. to
Shout
the
to
GOAT.
Easy E. I met Easy E one time at the Jam Master Jay video.
See, that's what you get.
The video was Down with the King. Easy
I
E.
knocked my coffee over
That nigga
first.
ain't
I
say
don't know if that
shit.
was on camera. Wait, you met him where? At the Down with the
Yeah, he just ignored us. Just the way he
Down
ignored
with
me.
the king.
at the time.
Yeah, he was like, fuck us. I was like, oh shit.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
But yeah, we rocking, man. We still, back to your question, what we doing right now? We doing the Rappers and Ballers podcast with my nigga Johnny Voga. You know what I'm saying? We just rocking out with that. Man, Stick about to get into the studio. He got some movie projects he's working on. I got some movie projects I'm working on, and we got a lot of tour dates. You can go on onyxhq.com, check out all the tour dates. We rocking. Shout to Good Friday Entertainment. My nigga Perry, represent all the Greeks out there. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it, man. Onyx in the fucking building.
Yeah.
I'm
Onyx
so glad.
for life.
So glad I got to ask you guys all these questions that have been burning in my mind for the last few months.
Cool, man.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I got ready for this interview a few months ago, so yeah.
Yeah.
But then
we got it done, man.
I think one of you showed up for the interview, but then the other one didn't show up, so the other one was like, "Nah, fuck this," and just left.
Nah, I think we was just touring. I don't know. You know how shit be.
That's
You
what
was-
my publicist
I think you
told
was busy. You was going to like. You was busy.
It wasn't me.
I think I left.
I always got time
flew
for
out.
Onyx.
I flew out.
Oh,
You was
okay.
busy. I saw you at all the, the
It was
jam
me. I knew you was a fucking
backstage and
cow
all of
eater.
that.
Where was I?
You was all over the place. I see you all over the
You're
internet.
keeping up on my shit?
Yes,
What?
you're out there, son. You big, my dude. You big time, son.
I got a lot to learn. I didn't know you were.
You
clocked
popping, my
in.
nigga. That's why we here. No jumper. Onyx
probably say
on
that
no
to-
jumper. We rocking right now.
You probably say that to
Oh,
everybody
you
you
say
do an
that to
interview
all
with.
the hosts.
This is this
All
is
those.
Poppin'.
this is pop. We good.
Nah, this nigga don't lie.
We good. We good.
Oh, it's
You
an
know what I'm
honor.
saying? I actually thought it was gonna get physical, but you cool.
What were we gonna do? What if I keep asking?
That's why we
Fuck
bought
you up,
Johnny
son.
Volga, because y'all the same height.
Oh, Johnny Volga got the burner?
Yeah. No, I got the burner.
No, he said,
I was like, we got.
Where is it?
Put
Let me
this
see.
nigga in a headlock.
Gun
some shit.
check.
I know how he get down, but nah, it's cool. Everything is smooth.
No, that was great.
Smooth B.
I love it. Onyx,
Perry told me don't pull out the gun on TV.
don't pull it out.
Yes.
don't
It's
know,
cameras
man.
everywhere.
Those pants are a little tight. I don't know where it would fit in.
These shits ain't tight. These shits ain't tight.
Yes.
Oh, he got a knot right there, though.
Why the money you talking
Pause,
about?
but that's a knot,
What
yeah.
you talking about?
Oh. Wait.
That's not
No
what she
jumper.
said.
You better get a jumper next time I see you, my nigga. We
I'm
out.
gonna get a shot, coach.
Word.
Onyx, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Go vegan 2020.
StickyFingers.com.
That.
Pow.
Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy Dro Star.
It's your boy Sticky Fingers.
yo,
We the Onyx. Word up. And if you like this video, hit a like, leave a comment, or subscribe. You heard?
Word up.
Blah.